beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Hello Goddess podcast. I am your host, Mandy. If you don't know me, I am a Reiki practitioner and naturopath, and I'm really, really passionate about anything that is related to spirituality, wellness, and personal development. So, if this is your kind of stuff, you're in the right area. Welcome to the community. If you have been here for a while, hello again. Welcome back. So today I wanted to do a solo episode on a topic that I know touches a lot of people. I want to talk about stress. So this is a topic I could do multiple podcast episodes on, but today I want to talk about the holistic approach to stress relief. So natural remedies and practices that you can do at home to reduce your levels of stress. I know this is something that touches all of us. Everybody can relate to this to a certain extent, whether it's trying to meet deadlines, parenting, emotional overwhelm, or just daily life. Stress can quietly build up and affect every part of your well being. So, I want to share a little bit about my personal story when it comes to stress. This is something that I've been dealing with for a long time. I've always been an anxious person for as long as I can remember. I had a little bit of social anxiety. Obviously, I worked through that to a certain extent now. Being able to talk on a mic was quite something to overcome. But yeah, I've always been quite the anxious person when it comes to even my health, like health anxiety, uh, anxiety in general about different things. Like, I remember my mom told me as a kid I would cry and be scared that the snow is going to fall. I was like, Mom, please promise me it's not going to snow in the winter. I was scared of snow of all things. Anyway, it's just that kind of thing where, like stress and anxiety can kind of overtake your life. And so another way that stress can show up is trying to do everything perfectly, overworking, pushing yourself to the max, where your body starts to have symptoms. A lot of people, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later, but a lot of people start to develop symptoms when they are so stressed for so long. So it's really important to understand that there is no quick fix to this. It's really important to look at the whole picture, to take your time to understand that your body needs to rest. The body is not built to endure stress for long periods of time. When you look at nature, like animals that are being chased by whatever predator, they can handle that little amount of stress and adrenaline to try to get away from the predator. But as soon as they're gone, they have to return to homeostasis and the state of rest and digest to be able to function. And us as human beings, sometimes we are always in stress, even though there's no apparent, like there's no real danger around us. It's just something that we developed, and it becomes almost like a pathology. So let's take a moment to really understand what stress is doing to our bodies. So there's a difference between acute and chronic stress. Kind of like what I explained. Sometimes if something happens in your life that's really stressful, like you injure yourself, you're in a car accident, or you hear some really, really bad news about somebody, that can throw you into acute stress. And that's a normal response to something that's happening in your life. But what happens is that a lot of people, they will remain in stress chronically. So all the time, they kind of have that background of cortisol that's always kind of there, and they're always kind of on edge. And this is something that, like, again, I have experienced myself in my life, and I'm still working through. When you're in that mode, when you're in fight or flight, everything can become overwhelming really fast. So you're not as resilient when it comes to different things in your life. Your body is exhausted because um, it's bringing all the energy in the wrong places. When you're in fight or flight, your body's thinking about protecting you. It's not thinking about digesting your food properly. It's not thinking about breathing properly, like relaxing. It's not thinking about all these things that are really important for your body to function. So it's so, so, so powerful to be able to bring your body back into balance. So things that you might notice if you are in the stress response, if you're in chronic stress for too long, is things like digestive issues, sleep problems, hormonal imbalances, suppression, like getting sick really easily, and even mental health struggles, like I was saying, things like anxiety, panic, or even depression. So stress is not just in your head; it's in your gut, it's in your skin. You can even develop some eczema and psoriasis. It's even in your cycle if you menstruate. So it's really important to be able to look at that and think, okay, like I really need to do something to bring back my body into balance so that it can heal. I don't want this to get worse. I don't want to develop more issues because the longer you wait, the more it can develop into more serious things. So it's really important to look at where you are right now and how you can bring that stress level down. So let's talk a little bit about natural remedies. So this is something that I talk about with my clients when they come for a naturopathy consultation. This is it's a big part of naturopathy is natural remedies and supplements to bring your body back into harmony. That's really important. So one of the things that is really powerful for stress relief is adaptogens. So adaptogens are substances. So it can be either like an herb or a type of mushroom that can bring your body to balance through giving you more resilience. So basically, it helps your body deal with stress better. It's really good to support cortisol balance as well. So one of the big ones is ashwagandha. You can find that pretty much anywhere. I saw it on in Costco the other day. So it's a very popular herb that you can add to your regimen. It's really important if you're taking prescription medication to double check with your pharmacist if there's any interactions when you're taking natural remedies. You may think like, oh, this is just like food, like it's all natural, but herbs are really, really powerful and it can actually interact with your medication. So yeah, it's good to double check and also to like spread it apart. Like if you take something at night, don't take the ashwagandha like within 2 hours of that as well. Another one is chamomile. So this one is really well known as a tea, so a herbal tea. People like overlook these little things. You may think like, oh, like tea, is that really gonna relax me all that much? Like I get it, it's relaxing to drink it, but chamomile is a really powerful herb to calm the nervous system, and it actually helps with digestion as well. So if you can incorporate that, it could really help you manage that stress. And the third one that I have for you guys today is passion flower. So that one is really great for anxiety and racing thoughts, which is something that I know, like, especially for my Reiki clients, when I'm touching their head, I'm like, ooh, like, there's a lot of energy here. Like, a lot of people have a very active mental energy. And so it's good to be able to, slow down these thoughts because sometimes the mind likes to think like if I really think about this issue right now for an hour straight, I'm going to find a solution. And what you'll notice is that if you actually stop to try to find the solution in your life and you just do something else, whether that's clean the dishes or meditate or, put your mind somewhere else, you'll sometimes notice that the answer will come through for you without even trying. So that's something that I notice even in my own life. Like when you try too hard to find a solution for something and you're thinking too much, you're overthinking, it's not going to work. You really have to put it aside and become more mindful, and the universe is going to give you that answer you're looking for. So, yeah, again, always talk to your doctor or pharmacist if you're taking medication before trying herbs. Another thing too that is overlooked is what you eat. What you eat has a huge impact on your well-being, like mentally, not just physically. So things like magnesium-rich foods, things that have a lot of magnesium, is really, really good for stress. So like leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, bananas. There's also the idea of taking a magnesium supplement. Like I take magnesium bisglycinate, or some people pronounce it bisglycinate. I'm not quite sure. And there's also just glycinate. I think they're very similar. Anyway, if you take those, it really helps as well to calm the whole nervous system down. I started taking it like right after supper, and I really did notice a difference. Like I feel a lot more calm. Like I don't have as much racing thoughts again. It really helps with that. The other thing that's really powerful as well is omega 3s. So You can find those in walnuts, flaxseed, like ground flax seeds, chia seeds, fatty fish, salmon. And what I like to do, like I also take an omega-3 supplement, but if you don't want to take the supplement, you can just add some, like take a smoothie in the morning and add some flaxseed and chia seeds in there, and it'll give you a good dose of omega-3. So that's really good for stress relief. Yeah. The third thing for nutrition is to understand blood sugar balance. So that's something that I talk about with my clients as well, and I could probably make an episode completely like separate to this one on that topic because there's a lot that goes into it. But basically, if your blood sugar is not balanced and you get crashes, it can feel very overwhelming for your body, and it actually starts to feel like an anxiety attack. Like again, I'm giving myself as an example here. I had this issue a few years back. If I didn't eat for like 3-4 hours and I went like, for example, and get a matcha, um, I would get like really bad panic attacks, and I thought it was the caffeine, but it actually was the lack of my blood sugar was going up and down all over my day. So now if I eat consistently, like with balanced meals, if I have balanced meals throughout the day and snacks, I don't get that anymore. Like I will feel a lot more grounded, and mentally it really helps as well for mental clarity. It's too much stress on the body to have your blood sugar to go up and down throughout the day. So yeah, really important to make sure you're eating throughout the day. The other thing that's super important, and I know a lot of people talk about that, and we don't always necessarily do it, even though we know it's so powerful, is meditation. So some people like silent meditation, some people like guided at night, like you put a guided meditation on YouTube, like while they're falling asleep. Some people do yoga or even like things like nature walks or dancing or even meditating while you're doing the dishes. I know that sounds kind of weird, but if you focus on what you're doing completely, focus on the sensation of the hot water and the soap and the way that certain dishes feel, and it's just like being completely mindful, that really helps ground your body and tell, like, signal to your body, like, I'm safe, I'm here in this moment, I am completely present, and there's no danger around me. Like, Dr. Joe Dispenza talks a lot about how thoughts can make you sick and they can also make you well. So this applies in this situation as well. Like, you can think your way into stress, or you can think your way into being present and grounded and feeling safe in your body. So, yeah, as a naturopath, I always look at the root cause. So that's basically what naturopathy stands on. Like, we can treat the symptoms if you'd like with natural things, but it's even more powerful if you look at the root and you find the solution there so it doesn't come back. We're not just looking for band-aids, we're looking for the real healing here. Stress is often a symptom of not being balanced. Something's off. Exactly like I was saying, whether that's the way you're thinking, the way you're eating, something is creating this stress in your life. And so it's really important to be able to understand what is causing this and how to heal it. And sometimes it helps to have a professional like a Reiki practitioner, naturopath, a psychologist, acupuncturist. Like, I recommend trying different things as well to see what works for you, because every single person is different and the approach is going to be different for every person. If you come see me, I will do a personalized health evaluation and we will talk about every single thing that's going on. And then, based on that, I'm going to create a customized health plan that includes your nutrition that you need to adjust, anything that I recommend as supplementation, and even some lifestyle changes where I see that you might need some adjustments. So you don't have to guess your way into wellness. Like, together we can create a plan that works for your unique case and your life. So, to review everything we talked about today, stress is something that is normal in short periods of time. If you're dealing with chronic stress, it is a sign that you need to do something to change something in your life, whether that is the way you speak to yourself, the way you eat, the way you move through life. Is it like you might need some supplementation? You might need some natural herbs. You need to understand what's going on and bring your body back into balance, because otherwise you may have some long-term things that may come up, like digestion issues, sleep problems, hormonal imbalances, etc. And sometimes, like, people look at their symptoms like that and they think like, oh, I have something wrong with my gut, or I have something wrong with my um, circadian rhythm. But really, the root cause here is actually that there's too much stress in the body. So it's so important to be able to understand this. So it's really important, again, to understand how to heal your nervous system, how to bring your nervous system back into balance to rest and digest instead of fight or flight. So obviously, there's so much more I can get into to explain how stress affects our lives and different things we can do to reduce stress. But I want to keep this episode short and sweet. I'd love to hear uh, from you guys, what's one natural stress relief practice that works for you, that you tried and that was really powerful? Send me a message or share it on Instagram and tag me. And also, I wanted to give you guys a special offer. So if you listen to this whole episode and you're at the end right now and you're still here, I want to give you a special offer. So if you message me stress relief, I'll give you $5 off your next session, whether that be Reiki, naturopathy, or my hybrid offer. So stress relief, it'll give you a coupon for $5 off the next session. And so, thank you so much for tuning in. If you found this episode helpful, share it with a friend, subscribe, or leave a review. It really helps more goddesses like you find this healing space. So, sending you all of the love, all of the light, and the Reiki energy. Have a good day. Bye.